Aren't you about tired of listening to sports shows with all the woke bullshit? So are we. This is Patriot Sports Radio.
Patriot Sports Radio.
Fed up with the national talking heads and biases of mainstream sports media. If it's sports from the high school level to the pros, we're talking about it like the red-blooded Americans we are.
God bless America.
God bless America.
God bless America.
Let's do this. And now, here's Eric, Angela, John, Chris, and the coach.
Wake and Rake, dude. It's week 18 in the NFL. That's always kind of a strange one. Who's motivated, who's not, who's in the playoffs, who's out. Sometimes money's the motivator for these guys to play well in the final week. We got some players who are within striking distance of activating bonus money. Headed into the offseason, that wouldn't be bad. A nice $250,000 in your pocket going into vacation. This is why you drag out negotiations for a week to get these extra incentives written in. Lamar, don't forget about these bonuses while you're out there negotiating. You're going to want those in there. We might have some people joining us this morning, but for now, we got Chris running the show and Elio joining us from Florida. How are things down there? A little warmer than Wisconsin, I bet.
A lot warmer than Wisconsin. Sunny as hell, dude. Every single day. Sunny as hell, man. This is like the best time of the year. 70-degree weather. You know, waking up in the 60s and 50s is awesome, dude. Great time to be alive in South Florida.
Absolutely. Some craziness down there in Florida last night. Jags beat the Titans 20-16 in an exciting game of what John called D-plus football, and I really can't disagree with that. But it was exciting, the pick, fumble, six touchdown return thing. I was a little unsure if that was a pass or not. It did look like a fumble on the replay. I'm glad the refs let it play out. I think the refs just let it play out now because they know replay will do their jobs for them.
I mean, what a turnaround for that season for these guys with the Jags, huh? You believe that making the playoffs? Trevor Lawrence definitely has arrived. That streak has been on the last, second half of the season has been insane. Like 15 touchdowns, 2 picks. He's just delivering big win after big win. The overall team of that, it's a great team. If you look at the statistics, if you look at that roster, they have a lot of promise, man. They're pretty loaded. They're set for the future. And I think Calvin Ridley is going to be with them next year, right?
Yeah. He can't wait to get in the building.
Add that to the mix, man. That's a team you want to keep your eye on. It's been a great season for them and a great story.
Yeah, he's going to show up excited and motivated because they got a real team. They'll be possibly the favorite to win the division next year, the Jacksonville Jaguars. You got to consider Doug Peterson for Coach of the Year now.
Absolutely. I mean, he's done a great job. I mean, after that mess of what's his name last year left there, Urban Myers. I mean, he come in with that, and then the biggest part there is how he was able to coach Trevor Lawrence, right, through all the issues from last year. And we know Trevor Lawrence has great pedigree because he proved it in college. But going a bad year, your first year with bad coaching can definitely F up your mindset. And I think he was able to switch it around. And I think a lot of that has to do with Doug Peterson's leadership.
Yeah. Morning, Skip. I'm going to guess that's Skip. We got the cowboy hat and the thumbs up. That's his signature right there.
Morning.
Lawrence's confidence had to have taken a beating last year. Just to help him get over that is an accomplishment in itself for Peterson. But now, I mean, they're winning games. They're in the playoffs. They won the division. Holy shit. The Chiefs destroyed the Raiders last night, 31-13. It wasn't even that close. That last touchdown, I'm not even sure what happened. I may have fallen asleep at that point. But
yeah, me too.
Eric, we were looking at. Is it Mike? What Davis is? Who owns it now? His son. It was his name.
Mark
Mike
Davis.
Mark Davis. They kept panning to him. It was awful looking.
Yeah.
He looks depressed. Like I don't know what to do.
Yep.
Like it's like when it's like a bear has a cat backed up against the corner. It's trying.
Yeah,
Nobody knows what to do.
No, I mean think about it. New head coach, right? Wonder Boy McDaniel. Who can't do it without Bill Belichick. This has been known already twice already. He tried it once with Broncos. He's trying it again. He's failing miserably. you went after Devontae Adams, the amount of picks you signed them, and, sign and trade, all the money you gave them, right? And if you look at that roster, and I know they've been hurt. Waller has been hurt most of the year. Renfro was hurt most of the year. But think about that roster. They have a pretty decent team,
Yeah.
Couldn't put it together. And everybody's putting a lot of blame on Derek Carr, but I don't think it's necessarily his fault. I think he played the best he could with what he was given. So, I mean, one thing is for sure about that team. Man, Devontae Adams is a freaking animal, bro.
That guy is good. 420 crew is getting up with us. Top of the morning, guys. I think Devontae said he wanted to have a say in who the next quarterback is.
Yeah.
They told Derek Carr to leave the team. The NFLPA might step in and ask why they did that. But I saw Mark Davis complaining yesterday about all the visiting fans from opposing teams. It's like, dude, you're in Las Vegas. That's a destination. You're going to have half opposing fans for most games.
Absolutely. It happens down here in South Florida. I mean, when the Jets, all the big name teams, you got to see the amount of people that come down here. And trust me, football is God here in Florida, college and the NFL over every sport, right? The Dolphins could suck. They still sell out, right? It's not like that, they're not bandwagon like the Marlins or anybody else. But the amount of people that come down here, like you said, it's a destination place. Everybody's down here to vacation. They're going to come down here for games, man. It's insane. Vegas is no difference.
Yeah, I would guess that was part of the, negotiations about building the stadium. Like, hey, we're going to bring a lot of tourists out here. Every game, we're going to bring a different fan base out here. So you can't bitch about it happening now.
Hey, guys, I got to say what's up to Honda Punk over on Getter. It doesn't switch over.
All right.
What up, man? He said the Giants are losers.
Yeah,
Come on, bro.
they could be. They could be today.
He said they don't have such a high-powered offense that they can sit their starters and still crank it up.
Yeah, what are they doing? Who's playing today for the Giants?
I think Brandon Webb was elevated. So that two things are going to happen. He's either going to start or he's going to come in after the second quarter.
Brandon Webb, dude?
Yeah, they elevated Brandon Webb. So I don't think Saquon may even get the start. And look, from their standpoint, is not going to help the seeding. We have so much limited offense, right? And I think it would be wise to not let these guys play at all, right? You know what I mean? It's if you look at the season we've had, definitely overachieved, made the playoffs. And by the way, Brian Dable will be the coach of the year.
He is another strong candidate.
After all the ones, if you compare him to Peterson had a lot more tools to work with, right?
Yeah.
It's just Danny Dimes and Saquon Barkley and a bunch of dishwashers and freaking drivers, all right, for wide receivers.
Yeah, Isaiah Hodgins,
freaking, Slayton is the best one you had. Freaking Richie James. I mean, Kenny Golladay, we pay all that money just to sit on the bench. That's it. And look, what tight ends do we have? Bellinger and his cousin Bubba from whatever the hell he's from. I mean, we have nothing. So if you look at that record and that division, the NFC East, that's my dude, man. That's my dude for coach of the year. Not because I'm a diehard Giants fan, but I think he did a great.
Which you are.
Yeah.
I'm most impressed by Peterson, Tomlin, and Daboll. I think there's probably a couple more in there that I'm not thinking of. There's been some great coaching performances.
Yeah, meathead from Detroit Lions, even though he's loaded with talent, right? Because they might make the playoffs if they beat you guys today. So that's
Matt LaFleur,
yeah.
15-0 in December.
I think he would have to do it with somebody other than Aaron Rodgers to get considered.
You get what you have on the. That's
Exactly.
what you get. This is the team that's handed to you. You got to coach them.
The guy's never lost in December. He's never won the division till this year.
If you coach the Packers, tell me, maybe you don't have to be like the best X's and O's ever because Aaron can make up for some of that back there, but you have to keep that team together. And Aaron's a fucking.
He's kind of a lot.
Oh,
yeah, man, we don't know what happens behind the scenes that he's juggling to keep it all.
He's kind of a lot.
Sometimes he's probably looking at like the front office going, really, guys? I got to go in there and explain this to what?
I'll guarantee
Yeah.
you he probably has a minor in psychology or,
Exactly.
He's gotta. These guys are 15 years younger than him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and dealing with Aaron, dude, it's tough, man. It's tough. Aaron is he's an alpha. He's been an alpha all his career, man. Even regardless of position or anything, he's a fucking alpha, bro. I mean, you got to go in there and he expects. Listen, dude, see my numbers. See how many MVPs I have. Yeah, I got one Super Bowl. It doesn't matter. I still take. I'm a stud, man. After Brady, dude. I think Aaron has to be considered like he's definitely top 5 in my book. And
hey, So is it a coincidence that Blue Moon Earth is gone and now all of a sudden he's winning?
No, I think this 26-year-old girlfriend has invigorated him with youth.
Let's do it.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. You know, that's the perks of being Aaron Rodgers.
That's perfect, right? He's what, 38? You get a 26-year-old Instagram model who's, I guess, the daughter of one of the other minority owners in the Bucs. So he needs to behave himself. He needs to treat this girl nice.
Isn't he a minority owner?
Yeah.
Who, Aaron?
So
yeah, in the
could
Bucs.
be argued that this is some company ink that he's dipping his pen into, directly or indirectly.
Cementing the ownership percentage here.
Company Inc. It's always a risky business, but I wish him the best of luck. The Bucs are playing the Falcons today. That's how you transition from that. The Falcons are a 4-point favorite, so apparently the Bucs aren't playing anybody.
I don't think so either.
Is this Brady's last year? Is this it?
I kind of hope so. I think he's really shown signs of a guy in decline this year. Like, yeah, he hit some long bombs to Mike Evans last week, but overall, it's been a lot of short, behind the line of scrimmage stuff. I just don't want to see him go out like that. I don't want to see Brady go 6-11.
Check this out, right? What we consider a declining year for Brady is usually a contract year for most quarterbacks, right?
Yep.
4,600 freaking passing yards.
Wow.
Right? 24 touchdowns, which is low for him, and 9 interceptions. But when you throw for 4,600 yards with the challenges of that offensive line of what he had all year long, this guy's 45 freaking years old, man, completing 66% of his passes.
That's insane. 45.
That's a career year for fucking Danny Dimes this year, okay?
Oh, absolutely.
And Danny Dimes got to get a contract, all right, because there's nothing else better out there. That's a career year for guys that get paid probably 30 million, 35 easy, man. You know, 4,000 yards, 4,600 yards. This guy's 45 years old, dude.
It's insane.
That's crazy, man. That's
if you look at what 45-year-olds looked like even 20 years ago, like these guys look ancient. Like you couldn't possibly play in a rec league football game, let alone a professional one.
Shit, I tried to play basketball, man, 2 years ago at 42, man, and I tore my ACL, man. It's that guy right there is going into scenarios every single day. I'm getting hit and possibly throwing his back out, because that's what I would do if I was, hey, Chris, me and you, we got to move some shit. We're like kids, right? And we're probably throw our backs out. You know what I mean? Here's Brady.
And I'm worried about my hip. Like, man, what if I break a hip? That's where he's getting. He's getting into the I might break a hip type age. Yeah, shit.
But
one game,
600 yards.
One game of half court to 11, I think might kill me. 21 would kill me for sure. I maybe survive a game to 11, depending on how many missed shots there are. But
how much movement you got, man? How much hustle you put in? That's
just your body really starts to give up on you in the mid to late 30s. To play professional football at 45 is insane.
Yeah, that dude just definitely has something that he needs to bottle and sell so he could be a freaking trillionaire after his career.
I think he's even got Brady brand like pants now. Heavy Steps is here, top of the morning. How about that Titans parlay?
Heavy.
Yeah. The Titans were always going to cover that 6.5, and it was always going to be a knockdown, drag out AFC South matchup. Man, I had some Chigakonkwo props that were so close to hitting. He just needed 25 more yards, and I would be thinking about skipping work on Monday.
Did we hit a parlay? What parlay was it?
Titans plus 6.5 in the under, I believe.
Boom. Nailed it.
Hey, that Okonkwo is going to be he's a nice piece, bro. You see how many different facets he plays, like a bunch of different positions, bro. Fullback.
Yeah.
You can line him up anywhere, man. This dude is an athlete.
He was in the backfield. He was in a 3-point stance on the end of the line. He was lined up in the slot. He's all over the place. I got him on the dynasty bench. I'm not so worried about Kyle Pitts anymore. Chigakonkwo, he's going to win the league for me next year.
That's right, baby. That's your man right there, man.
Yep. Between him, Bellinger, and Pitts, one of those three has to work out for me. I'll never give up on Bellinger. I can tell he's just one of those players I'm always going to have on the dynasty bench. We
just jumped into 3 different playoff fantasy leagues with the 420 Hustler crew.
Okay.
Yep.
So we draft this week coming up.
When is that?
This week, different times.
Is there a spot open, dude? I'll jump into.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
might be a few leagues open. Yeah, he's got like 12 leagues.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
about to get in
3
one
weeks,
too.
Royal Rumble. You're not head to head. Everybody just plays for 3 weeks. The top 3 scores win.
Love
Okay,
it.
okay. And it's like every week you line up every week based on the.
Yeah, just you draft and then play 3 weeks in a row.
Oh shit, man! Hey.
Do you set lineups or is it
Yep.
just okay?
Nope. Set lineups, but you're not playing head to head against anybody. You're just playing for points.
Yeah, you play like a fan. Like I was gonna ask you guys, we could do like a FanDuel league that say 15 people or 10 people and do first and
Ooh.
third entries and shit like that for the playoffs. And every
Yeah, we
week,
could.
every week you just sign up. You know, like something small. Like if you have 15 people, you know, hey, first, second, and third, or if you have 10 people, winner takes all. That kind of crap. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like,
I love it. Get the people involved. Next year we'll be involved with one of these sites. They'll be sponsoring us. I don't know. I'm really stuck on this Jack Links idea. I want Jack Links to sponsor our studio and make it like a cave Sasquatch hideout type situation. The Patriots are playing the Bills today. That should be interesting. I don't think the Patriots have a chance, dude. At both of the games yesterday, before the anthem, they said, let's all cheer for DeMar Hamlin and let him and his family know that we're thinking about him and we love him. Dude, when they say that in Buffalo, that place is going to go bananas. And at that point, I don't think the Patriots have a chance.
it's tough for the Patriots, man. And the fact that here they are again playing for the playoffs is typical Bill Belichick, right? You're right. There's no chance at all. Miami's going to luck out so much. It's not even funny because they're playing the offensively challenged Jets. And regardless of how good of a defense they got, if they keep it close, even with Skylar Thompson, it could be like a 19-6 score for the Dolphins, right? And still pull it off, man. They're so freaking lucky because New England has played better than Miami in the last month and a half.
Yeah, Miami, what, a 5-game losing streak they're riding? That's tough. Brian Flores won his last 9 in a row. Mike McDaniels has lost his last 5. They're both going to probably finish with the same record. It'll be interesting to see if Mike McDaniel gets fired. There's rumors about it, but I'd be surprised to see it happen. He'd get picked up. The Broncos just got permission to talk to somebody yesterday. Was it McVay or Peyton? One of those two.
Peyton Manning.
Peyton.
Sean
Peyton?
Sean Payton. I'm Peyton Manning. Yeah, Sean Payton.
That wouldn't surprise me either.
About a week ago, there was rumors that he was putting together this all-star coaching staff. You know what I mean? He was making some phone calls to different coaches and stuff like that he want to talk business with. So this that was the first start. I mean, we knew that Sean Payton is not made for the booth, bro. He wants to be out there, and I don't get it, man.
And he's really good. Like, he should be out there. He deserves to be out there.
Yeah,
I'm the other way around. If I coach that long, the stress level of being a head coach, and then you give me all this money to just sit there and talk about what I know in the booth, I'll finish
for the same money.
For the same money, man. And what, like a quarter of the stress? And
look what it does to these guys. Look at it, ages them like presidents. Look at Kyle Shanahan. That guy looks like he's 57 years old now.
Yeah, look at Kyle. Yeah.
He looked like he jumped out of the frat bus when he got there.
That's what worries me about Matt LaFleur. He doesn't look ragged or aged. I think he's not stressed out enough. He's not trying.
Why aren't you going gray, motherfucker?
Heavy Step says, what else does Denver have left to trade the Saints to get Peyton? That's a good question. You're going to have to get the Saints to sign over his rights. Yep. You're going to have to give them possibly a first-round pick.
How long is he hemmed up over there in New Orleans on his contract?
I think that's just they have his rights, or does that expire?
Yeah, it has to be a contract end, right?
I'm not sure about the details, but they do have his rights for a period amount of time. And Heavy's right. There's nothing these guys have left because they traded everything for Russell Wilson.
Yeah, and the Rams don't either. If McVay bails on the Rams, they are boned. Yep. They don't have any draft picks. They wouldn't have a coach anymore. Be just an aging. I wouldn't be surprised to see Aaron Donald retire if McVay leaves
after 2024. They have him until after 2024.
So if you want him in next year, man, you gotta give up something for him.
Meanwhile, Frank Reich is still just out there waiting to be hired by somebody. He wouldn't be a bad choice either. No. The offseason's going to be interesting.
There's definitely some positions, man. There's going to be some jobs available, and you got some guys that are just got to pick their jobs. Peyton is going to be one of them.
Yeah. Peyton can go wherever he wants.
He's not going to go where he has to, like, okay, it's a rebuilding situation, but I know I have studs with me that I can make this happen, right? He's not going to go somewhere that's, oh, crap. I got to do this for 3 years.
There she is. Heather's here. Good morning. She's traveling this weekend, but she wanted to pop in and tell us
what's up.
That she hopes we become millionaires. I like it. I'll even become a thousandaire. I'll be happy with that. McVay's a wuss if he leaves after completely mortgaging the future. Yes,
that's 100%.
I think that was always his plan. He's the ultimate front runner. He was always like, spend these picks because if it ever goes to shit, I'll just leave. I think that was always his plan.
You know what, man? It's a pretty smart plan because he got a Super Bowl out of it, all right? And he's one of probably the best coaches in the league. I mean, I call this guy Wonder Boy with his C. He's the one who started all this shit, all this statistical going in for fourth down 1,000 times and running everything crazy, you know what I mean? That Madden style, video game football plays that he did with all the way going back with Gurley. Remember that? That's
yep.
He's the originator, so I don't blame him for that.
The Chiefs ran a play yesterday. It looked like it came off of a fucking Disney fucking movie. I didn't know what was going on. Like, did you watch it? Where they ran in circles? Did you watch it, Elio?
No, I know what you're talking about. I saw the actual replay.
That's hilarious. Every team now for the playoffs is going to have to spend 10 or 15 minutes talking about what we do if the huddle starts spinning.
Yeah, only the Walrus would put that into play.
Okay, now if they start doing the ring around the rosy thing, here's what we do. McKinnon's probably going to line up at quarterback. It's going to be a mess. They're going to get the first. Just if you see that, they're getting the first down. Just drop back into quarters coverage.
And it definitely looks like Kansas City will get the first seed. So
yep,
we'll get the first seed. The Bengals really got the short end of the deal in this whole scenario, man. And I don't blame them for being upset. And I get it. We got to do what you got to do after Hamlin's injury. But it sucks to be them. They're definitely getting the short end of the deal here.
Yeah.
The Chiefs felt like they stepped into the number one quietly. Like for some other reason, I'm not sure why. I didn't see or hear a lot about them this year. People just weren't like the buzz. But here they're steadily just winning the AFC.
It's
once again.
Yeah, fucking Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
he is. That dude
and
is
the Walrus.
Yep,
that dude that coach is fantastic. Andy Reid. I love that guy.
Yep. Mahomes has a career high 5,250 passing yards, a career high 41 touchdowns.
Wow,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Somebody that talked about a lot on that coaching staff is Eric Bieniemy, and I know we always hear his name pop up. Something is in his past that keeps him from getting a NFL job, like a head coaching job. But he's a hell of an offensive coordinator, man.
He is. It could be that fact that there's something that rub people the wrong way when he interviews, or the fact that he,
there's a skeleton back there or something.
Yeah, exactly. So there's something, because the dude is. You're right. He's a heck of a.
He should have a head, or at least have had a chance to have a head coaching job. I mean, Denver, you're not gonna. He's not gonna be worse than Hackett.
No, he's not.
No, you can't be.
No, Hackett has hacked himself some value in his career right now after this freaking shit show that he had with Denver.
Yeah, that's a mess out there. Well, we got the Vikings playing the Bears. I guess they're both going to be trying. Zadarius Smith going to be trying. He needs one sack for a $750,000 bonus. He's facing Nathan Peterman.
Yeah, it is.
He had two pressures last time they played the Bears and half a sack, so it just needs to improve on that a little bit. Justin Jefferson needs 194 yards to set the new record. Jair Alexander really fucked that up for him last week, didn't he?
Yeah. they're gonna throw. They're gonna. Yeah, Cousins gonna go out there and try to get him that record. He's gonna get targeted against that soft Chicago secondary a lot, dude. Don't be surprised if he has 250 today. I'm exaggerating, but that's kind of like where this is gonna be heading.
Cousins tied for the league lead in interceptions. I would love it if he would throw just one today. Yep. That would be great. I think I got like 40-1 on that. I figured Cousins is a guy who's not going to get benched no matter how many he throws. Nobody's throwing a ton. 14 is enough to lead the league. That seems low.
That's impressive, right? I mean, because what's his name? Patrick has 12. If you think about it, Cousin has, 4,300 yards for the season, 28 touchdowns. Man, I mean, this is this league, man. When you have somebody like Jefferson, trust me, he should probably had more like 20 because Jefferson made 6 of those into catches.
Yeah.
Hey, my little brother, or younger brother. None of my brothers are little brothers to me. I'm the littlest. I'm just the oldest. He says no way Peyton goes to Denver. He said he could get a better shit show than that. This is the worst shit show. Why would he come to a worse shit show where it's cold? Yeah, and he's all and this is a big Kansas City Chiefs family, my brother and his wife. Well, my brother's a big Packers fan, but his wife's a huge Chiefs fan, so he keeps up with it. So didn't Mahomes break Drew Brees' record last night of over 5,564 yards? Is that true?
Yeah. Total yards, yes. That's like receiving, rushing, and passing yards.
All together.
He did rush for I think almost 500 yards also, and had 4 touchdowns also on the ground. I mean,
crazy.
He's
Cousins and Dak Prescott are tied for the league lead. Well, they're also tied with Derek Carr, but he's not going to be throwing any interceptions anymore. Cousins on 623 attempts, 14 interceptions. Dak has 14 interceptions on 357 attempts. So Cousins, he's thrown the most, but he's really chucking it a lot. So it's not that he's terribly inaccurate.
No, he's not. But he's always been, he's always been a high volume kind of guy when it comes to even when he was with Washington. So let me see. Heavy said something over here. Like I mentioned earlier, you might want to take the Giants on the plus. You know what I'm saying? On the plus side. But yeah, it's not going to change position of the playoffs. That's why I'm okay with them sitting everybody down. So
what do you think about betting them today?
I don't know.
Are we staying away?
I'll take. Yeah, I wouldn't bet them. I mean, look, they're like shaky when it comes to like the spread during the season because of their offense. But I think today would be one of those things that if you have money that you could just toss out them. If I would bet them, I would bet the spread. What is it? 14.5? What is the?
Hey, let me give a shout out for some guys over on Getter because it doesn't come over on the StreamYard. But Ultra Magatron says Mahomes is a beast. Andy Reid finally has a quarterback he can win consistently with, and boy has he. I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah,
he pulled Mahomes out of Texas Tech, and he hasn't looked back.
Traded up to get him, like he knew
he knew he was like Cliff Kingsbury is just effing this all up. This guy's actually a star.
Yep, and to be able to pick it.
What did Arizona say? Wow, Cliff Kingsbury! Look at this quarterback he developed. I think Mahomes was just that. He got developed when he met Andy Reid.
Yeah,
he was underdeveloped.
Absolutely, he definitely got in the right. Look, Andy Reid is familiar with kind of the same tools, right? McNabb, not Mahomes, but McNabb was a quarterback that could move in the pocket, right? That can actually make some good throws in the run.
He could run his playbook.
Exactly. So think about it. He fell right in the perfect system. Again, remember what we say about systems, right? You got to build a system for your QB. All right, that's just the bottom line. Regardless, you got to adapt it to the skill set, and fucking Andy Reid did.
Yeah,
I love that guy, man. He's awesome. He's awesome.
He's another guy who just won't get Coach of the Year because he's expected to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's like his performance is its own disadvantage.
Give him credit. Look at this, man. Remember, I mentioned this earlier, right? It's Travis Kelce and a bunch of plumbers. All right. When you look at the offense, right? Look what he's doing with McKinnon, right? He's making McKinnon. We knew McKinnon has skills. He's fast, whatever. When he was in Minnesota, look what he's doing with McKinnon there. I mean, he started. If you look at his 3 running backs, St. Hilaire, who's out for the season, Pacheco, who's like a 5th round pick. I don't even know. I mean, nobody knew who this
7th, I think
7th or something like that. I mean, nobody knew who this guy was. And then you have McKinnon in the mix. Who's been it was 3rd team now, 2nd team. Think about it, right? He's working with guys that are like usually 3rd string or 2nd string, right? And then look at the wide receivers. I mean, Juju is not the same Juju when he was with Pittsburgh, right? When he was like a Pro Bowler. And then Kadarius Toney that they traded for, he's up in the air too. I mean, and then Hartman, NVS. You guys very familiar.
Stone hands.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like, come on, man. But look, they're 14-3. I mean, he's broke the whole season passing and all-purpose yards record. I mean, he's an animal, dude. Like, he is the best quarterback in the game, man. And he is up here.
Why is it so hard to say it?
He is. Again, he's been the best quarterback since he got in the league.
Yeah.
Yes, he really has. I mean, he just has.
And this year, just kind of like you have to stamp that down. He doesn't have Tyreek Hill. All right. You know what I'm saying? Look what Tyreek Hill has done for Tua. It's the other way around. This guy makes his receivers better, not the other way around.
That's the team, and this is the team right here that we want. When Green Bay comes out of the NFC this year, this is the team we want to see in the playoffs because their running game isn't all that, and it's going to be a passing, and it's going to be our secondary versus their secondary.
Yep,
with a bunch of plumbers and Travis Kelce on both sides of the field.
Yep.
Man, Travis Kelce himself a damn.
It'll be Kelce and Aaron Jones.
That's true.
Kelce needed 12 catches to break the tight end record. I thought they were going to try and get him that last night, but there was not a big. Mahomes threw for 202 yards and they scored 31 points.
Yeah,
they can beat you 5 different ways. It's
just a great team, man. Like you said, the coaching, it's a great X's and O's team, man. They're awesome, dude. That's a great team, and I love Patrick Mahomes. He's also kind of a decent dude.
Yep.
Television sports. Hey, the problem is that Green Bay is just better.
Yeah,
it's got a better stadium, better fans. Curtis,
when it comes to the fanship, yes, my friend. There's nothing.
They should have the AFC Championship game there. If they want a neutral site, that's a neutral site. Man up and play outside
in the real weather.
Yeah, I mean, so if the Bengals, they basically can't. Well, if they beat the Ravens today, they get a home game. If they lose to the Ravens, there's a coin flip to see where the wild card game is played, and then I guess the AFC Championship game is a neutral site no matter what. Or if the Chiefs host it, I guess they're the 1 seed. I'm not sure. They're trying to make it fair.
Why wasn't, I mean, and I get it, the right thing was done. Stop the game. Think about it afterwards. But I think they could have replayed that game or pick it up on Thursday and just, let the cards settle, right? Where they fall after the fact. I mean, I don't know. I'm not the commissioner, so I probably would get on fire because I would have made the decision.
I'm sure those meetings were interesting.
Yeah.
In that Bengals game, Hayden Hurst needs 2 catches for 125,000. I would guess his receptions line is 3.5 or 4.5. Justin Houston for the Ravens needs 1 sack to get 500,000, and I think the Bengals are one of the more sacked teams in the NFL.
Again,
I wonder
for the second season in a row they haven't improved that O-line, which it was. It was the reason why they lost that Super Bowl. They didn't give Joey Money enough time. And this year, again, they still have a great offensive team, but man, that offensive line, Joe Burrow right there is one of those greedy guys, is gutty, you know what I'm saying? That just have balls or stones, you know what I'm saying, dude? And will go into the playoffs and beat every team that he's supposed to lose to like it did last year. But you cannot give him any, you got to give him some help. You got to protect the ball. You got to protect him. Picture him with time.
Yeah. Joe Burrow has been sacked 39 times. Yeah, so it's doable. They don't have sack props up for that Bengals-Ravens game because they're afraid. They're afraid that we're going to take their money. That's what it is.
They know what's up.
Bunch of babies. What else we got? Panthers and Saints. Oh, Jets at Dolphins. We didn't really talk about that. Carl Lawson needs 1 sack for a $600,000 bonus. Can't find that one anywhere either. But if I do, I'll put it on the Twitter. The Dolphins are bottom 3 in pass blocking. Lawson had a sack last time he played the Dolphins. And we're looking at Skylar Thompson starting. Man. Steelers could make the playoffs today. They just need Skylar Thompson to lose to the Jets and the Bills to beat the Patriots. And then they need to beat the Browns, obviously.
That's exactly where they're at, man. I mean, the Steelers have unreal, right? With the carousel and quarterbacks they had this year. And and their offense has not looked great, man. It's just that's one that you definitely notch that up to Tomlin, bro.
2-6 they started, and now here they are about to possibly get the last spot.
Shout out to the commish. I think Jay Coop's up. I think he's down in Miami now.
Yes, he told me about it. Yeah, I was like, I won't be able to make the game, but I was like, yeah, he's. I was gonna plan to go hit the tailgate with him. But he's up there now. He's probably they're doing their show from Tailgate City, baby, in South Florida.
Oh, nice.
By the way, baby, let me tell you, I don't know if you guys ever tailgated down here, but I own season tickets for 4 years, and not because I'm a Dolphins fan. It's because the partying was insane. Tailgating.
Is it legit?
Oh, dude. I mean, and when I mean a single guy back then in my 20s, you know what I'm saying, dude? You know, I'm a hunter. I was a hunter back then, and I was hunting a lot.
Were you a horny hunter?
Oh man, women down here are beautiful, dude. Are freaking gorgeous, and the ones that go to the game, you're like, what the hell? Like I've gone to Giants game in New York, and it's not the best, but it's warm down here. It's amazing. It's a great time. It's a great time. We did it for 4 years, and it was awesome, dude. It was like one of the best times I had.
Probably a little different than what we see at Packer games at Lambeau. If I had to guess, a little bit different clientele.
Yeah,
we need shirts with big buck racks on it that says "Horny Hunters." Patriot Sports Horny Hunter shirts.
There's a lot of merch ideas coming out of this season.
Yeah, I don't hate that one. That could go next to the HOA shirts in the store.
Or the juicy parlay, you know what I'm saying, dude?
We'll make them bright hunter orange.
Yeah, you can't miss them. That's how you find your buddies at the tailgate.
Yeah,
you can't lose each other. Panthers and the Saints, a lot of division games today. I guess that's by design. Are they all division games? Let's see, Bucks, Falcons, Patriots, Bills, Vikings, Bears. They might be all division games today. Chris Olave needs 155 yards to break the team receiving yards record. I don't know who holds that. Maybe Michael Thomas, maybe not.
Really? For rookie or just for like the just all time?
For the Saints, yeah, for the team.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been tearing it up.
Yeah.
A lot of 40-plus yard passes, I guess, for that kid. I don't know if he can get 150. Carolina's pass defense is pretty terrible.
Yep.
It could be done. They can't get in the playoffs. They don't have shit to play for.
No, I mean, that's just you just want to pick Fantasy Valley out of here if you're going to do DFS.
Is Taysom Hill going to get marched out there again?
I bet he sees some action.
Yeah.
I mean,
what about Sam Darnold, man? I mean, I can't believe this guy's going to end up getting himself a job somewhere next season. I mean,
can I just say, back whenever Sam Darnold was coming out of USC, I listened to a lot of Colin Cowherd. That dude was so far up Darnold's ass. I thought Darnold was going to be like a golden child sent here from heaven just to play football. This guy is trash. Was it the Jets or was it Darnold?
I don't know, man. I mean, I think it's a combination of both.
Did they break him mentally?
Yeah. Adam Gase was a bad coach.
Adam Gase, man, that dude. Is he coaching anywhere? By the way, is he an assistant somewhere? And if it's not in the NFL, right?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. His name hasn't popped up anywhere, but I mean, that dude definitely damaged his career, tore up to the damn Dolphins. And then, of course, it takes a while. And then when he got back to the Panthers, remember when he first when he was a starter, was it last year? He started 3-2 or 3-1 or something like that, and his numbers weren't great, but he wasn't turning the ball over, and he was rushing the football too. He had like 4 rushing touchdowns in the first 4 games, but then you see the decline. I think at this point, look, he could be a great backup moving forward. However, there's the Geno Smith factor. It could happen that 7 years later or 8 years later gets put in a scenario where he's going to fight for a job and be a Pro Bowler and throw these great numbers that Geno Smith has done after 11 seasons.
Yep, he could go all Tannehill.
I'm just like, how can so many people be that wrong?
Professionals who are paid to evaluate players.
And just watch film, right? I mean, these guys break down film, don't they? All the time.
It's like all they do.
How can we be so wrong about all of these USC quarterbacks? I'm going back all the way to freaking
Leinart.
Yeah, and all the pretty boys.
Think about Sanchez. Yeah, that's true, bro.
Sanchez.
And Sanchez and the reason why Sanchez made Logan the AFC Championship game twice, but it was not because he was killing it. It was just great running game, great defense when Rex Ryan was there, right? So it's what, man, you just don't turn the ball over. But then of course, when it matters, you needed that quarterback, that elite quarterback, to get you to that hump when they face New England and Tom Brady every single year. So that's what it is, man. It's the UFC quarterback, just like Alabama quarterbacks, which Jalen Hurts and I think Tua for that point has kind of shifted that a little bit, because what Alabama quarterback has been great in the NFL? You know what I mean?
They have not produced. They've mostly been Mac Jones.
Exactly. They'll be exactly Mac Jones. So
Jalen Hurts a different kind of dude, though,
Yeah.
I suppose.
yeah, he is, man. He is. I mean, and look, and Tua's had a decent season, a great season too, considering the fact that he's been, concussed 1,000 times this year. So,
He just every time he gets tackled, he hits his head on the ground.
dude,
Crazy.
I'm telling you, he's gonna get a contract. He's gonna fight for that contract, get his guaranteed money, and I think we're not gonna see Tua 4 years from now.
Yep. That would be how I'd be thinking. Like, let's get guaranteed money and then let's work our way out of the league here, because
his health.
Working on not being able to spell Tua in 10 years.
He doesn't know how to fucking fall. He rakes, like he smashes his head when he barely gets touched. I don't know what it is about this kid.
He becomes like a whip, and his head like snaps into the ground.
It's crazy.
Not like that. He went. It wasn't even like, it wasn't. They didn't throw him down, dude. It's like he
no
whipped action.
Dude, you don't have to do
weird.
He's like the Mike Williams of quarterbacks. He always falls in the most dangerous possible way.
Shit, he looks like me when I used to get out of the club at 4 o'clock in the morning and it was icy outside. I'm fucking slipping, baby, and I'm going, bam, hey, what happened? Shit, I don't know. Take me home.
Getting full horizontal there. You don't have to do all that.
We should be, they need to do like teach him how to fall. But like I agree with what you guys said. He's on his way out. Not bad. He can play, but
just for his own personal health.
He's got to have a wife and a mom behind him going, hey.
Yeah, there's mom's
think about Junior Seau, and there's been some bad situations.
Honestly, that's probably what his camp is telling him. You need the money. Let's get the contract. You've already been in it 4 years. It's been 4 years. Let's get the contract, because somebody's gonna guarantee him the money. They're gonna give him the money. And it's gonna be Miami. Trust me, it's gonna be Miami. They well too invested, and they're so loyal to him. Remember, they fired a coach and they changed a whole coaching staff because of him. All right, to make him the guy. So it's gonna be Miami, and he's gonna play, and then he's gonna be on and out like again, and then after that he's gonna be like, he's gonna pull Andrew Luck. I'm gonna retire.
Yep. After that next concussion, that's gonna be it. You should maybe call it a day now, but he doesn't have. These guys like DeMar Hamlin, just not vested enough. Like he could be. Also, this toy drive, like that's awesome. You've raised $8 million for toys and the daycare or whatever, but let's break off maybe 3 or 4 for him in the future, because he might need some of that money.
He is. He's only his second year, or is he a rookie?
I'm not sure. Second year possibly.
He's on his,
he's 24.
He's on that contract where the late round pick contracts and stuff like that. It's $125,000. He got 160 guaranteed, and the fact is that he may not even play to be qualified for the pension, which is the biggest thing for these guys: the pension and the medical, right?
The medical, the lifetime medical. But you got to play a while. A lot of people don't understand how
3 or 5.
3 or 5. I'm not sure. They changed it, but it's anywhere between 3 to 5 years. And look, he doesn't qualify for that, dude, and it's a shame. I mean, because he's out there just playing his game, and it's something that is just, again, if you could do the same play a million times, it may not happen.
That guy just pounded Devontae Adams in the chest last night when he was tackling him, and they took him out of the game.
Just to make sure, because everybody's fired. I don't know. I don't know what's next. I mean, it was just one of those things that the blood flow and the heartbeat at the same time with the hit. I mean, it's so many factors, man. So many factors for a healthy individual who's an athletic specimen, right? It's crazy. If that could happen to him, imagine that could happen to me mowing the fucking lawn. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I don't want to. I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything, but we just don't know what these players' bodies are going through with the vaccine, and I'm sure that has nothing to do with it. But we just don't know. And I think they're being a little overcautious right now, and they should be.
Yeah,
I know for a fact it's gonna bring some stuff to the damn Pats now. Watch.
What?
It's gonna. I think they're gonna add something to the Pats now, like
yes,
around the heart.
Well, maybe they're gonna do some extra. I don't know what the word is, because he had a pre-heart condition that they knew about.
Oh, really?
I was aware of that. You know what's crazy, right? T. Higgins turned his shoulder so he could avoid
Yep.
Helmet. The same freaking rules that they implemented. All right. He avoided break one rule and almost, and it was not his fault. But look what happened, right? I mean,
Yep.
you just can't win. It's one of those
Nope.
you just can't win.
No, you can't regulate collisions. It's a chaotic thing.
These are like car wrecks.
Dude,
Yeah.
These are strong men.
You can't.
Strong.
It's not what you call like dancing. It's not choreographed.
No.
They're slamming into each other. That's all. It's very simple. Like Angela says, freak accident. Yeah. Just crazy.
But today's date, man, they're gonna, pardon my word, pussified everything and make it worse. And I told my boys the other day that we're gonna be playing flag football with pads in about 10 years from now.
Yep. It'll be like the lingerie football league out there.
You got pads on, bro, but just get the flag. Don't worry about it.
I would hope at the next collective bargaining meeting, though, they talk about, hey, let's get these guys healthcare for life as soon as they sign an NFL contract, because you got to be the top 0.0005% of athletes. Like if you sign an NFL contract, let's go ahead and hook you up with what is that off the. Because these guys now in the major quarterback negotiations, they throw $10-50 million around like it's nothing. So take that money and just put it in an account. Let these guys get their concussions checked out in 10 years.
So I was really paying attention when Sam Bradford came out, and that was the last huge rookie contract. They went back to the table with the union and with the Players Association in the NFL. And when they gave in, the players union gave in and made these rookie contracts what they are today, that we know like they can only make a certain amount of money, and then the second year, third year, and then the extensions, where they couldn't get that $60 million out the gate and just screw a franchise like Bradford. Fucking bank robber.
Yeah.
Dude.
I thought when they were doing that negotiation, this was the time to say, okay, we're going to give you rookie contracts. You're going to give us medical for life. So instead, you're not going to have to sign a quarterback and compete, because if that was still going, these quarterbacks would see $200 million.
Oh my God.
By now. Absolutely. I thought they were giving that in a negotiation.
Dude, the players sucked.
They never touched the medical. And I'm like, this was your shot.
The Players Association sucks at negotiating.
They're not. Maybe is it because it's 32 billionaires breathing down your neck? But they should. I thought that was a great negotiation tactic right there to get medical for life from day one. You sign them, even to the practice squad,
because it can't be a huge expense for these teams compared to what they're making. They can afford to do that. No problem.
Well, they went from making. I mean, they saved hundreds and hundreds of $1 million on these rookie contracts.
Yeah.
And also
plenty enough to go to Blue Cross Blue Shield.
TV contracts have gone up. You could have allotted that money in any of the renewals for these networks. Perfect example, the money that Amazon play for the TV rights for Thursday night, right?
Billions.
You could have. I mean, they can. Trust me, they can. They are
absolutely they can. They can negotiate it. Each contract could be like, you're signing Patrick Mahomes for $50 million. Well, that contract you're going to pay. Actually, you're going to pay $60 million because $10 million is going into the players' medical fund.
Absolutely.
Or you just put Blue Cross Blue Shield on that fucking blue tent, and boom, there's your sponsorship dollars to pay for.
They absolutely can. I mean, like
there's ways to do this. Nobody wants to.
Isn't sponsored.
Yeah, nobody. There's a reason why, and I don't know what it is, but it's ridiculous that the Players Association isn't throwing their big foot around, going, no, this is a non-negotiable.
If we don't play football, you're pretty fucked. So, like, we have some leverage here.
And this is something that we're putting our foot down on.
Yep, I think it's gotten way too adversarial.
I think it's time. It's time for that. And like you said, like the NFL union and the NFLPA, they're not the brightest. And look, I deal with unions myself from a management standpoint, and most of them actually don't understand certain things. And I've been negotiating like, I want to take this from the guys and give this back. And it's funny, they sometimes the common sense stuff, bro, they don't hear.
We get so lost up into how many days we're going to put pads on at OTAs and who's going to be required to show up to OTAs. And if we can get one less padded, and that they're right, every less padded tackle practice you can pull off is one less day an injury can occur. But with the start of the conversation should be medical for life once you sign the contract.
it's been proven this is a very, very rough sport. All right, it's going to cause career-ending injuries on a yearly basis, right? So you have to give, because at one point, look, as a parent, dude, my kid's not into that much sport, but I am never going to put him to play football. Pick baseball where you get guaranteed freaking money, man, and you're not going to get hurt. Even basketball, you could get hurt by jumping, but nobody's going to tackle you. You know what I'm saying, man? But again, and you get paid more money because you think about it, your money is guaranteed in these sports. I mean, go play soccer in Europe. You know what I mean? And here we go. Nobody's tackling your ass, just slide tackle here and there, but you're getting all this money as well. It's one of those things that these players, like I use the baseball analysis, right? You could bat 250, but have a great glove, play 20 years, making minimum $3 to $5 million a year. You could make $100 million a career, and you could suck.
Yep. You could be a left-handed reliever who's got a 4.7 ERA and stick it out for a dozen years and make $50 million.
Exactly. And you're not putting your body in risk. You're not putting your head at risk. Because this is the thing. But think about football, man, it's mental too, man. Neurological, dude. It's like you're getting only just physical, but you may not walk or have a messed up back for life, but also up here. It's
Here's some just basic math. Every single time that we renegotiate this and we take a padded practice away from the coaches and hand it to the players and they don't want to put pads on, our line gets a little bit weaker, right?
Yep.
So your offensive line, it's cohesiveness. It's repetition. It's not like you get the 5 best and they're just good.
No.
So now what we're doing is we've weakened our offensive line, and so people are getting crushed in the backfield. This medical deal is starting to piss me off. Like, why don't we have that?
Yeah.
And listen, those offensive line guys are the ones that get banged in the head the most.
And
right?
Everything has unintended consequences, everything you do. So if you negotiate less practice, okay, but now your quarterbacks are at more risk.
Yeah. Yeah, everything's got, causes and effects. It's crazy to me that they're not doing that. Let's see. What else we got? Chargers, Broncos. We got a few late games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, counting Sunday Night Football. Justin Herbert needs 34 completions to set the record, which is a lot, but he's done it 3 times this season already. Gerald Everett needs 5 catches for a $250,000 bonus. I think that's maybe one we bet on. That seems doable. DeAndre Carter needs 2 catches to get another $250,000. I assume his line is 1.5 or 2, maybe. Eckler needs 14 to set the running back record. I wonder if he cares about that. I think he's had 14, or maybe he's had 14 targets.
Well, he's had 14 targets, probably multiple times this season. Because when everybody was hurt, man, that's who Justin Herbert was going at every single time in the backfield. I mean, that Eckler, he's a PPR fantasy's freaking dream.
Yeah. Oh, wow. They don't have hardly any player props up for today. Wow, that's just unacceptable. I mean, the games kick off in a few hours. Let's get our shit together here.
You know what's nuts about Eckler? He has 800 and something rushing yards, right? And he has 686 receiving yards. 18 touchdowns, man. That's what I mean about a PPR dream. I'm looking at it right now. I was like, this guy's not going to rush for 1,000 yards probably. But he has 13 touchdowns on the ground and another 6. Oh my God! Receiving. It's insane, man. Insane, dude. Another 5. I'm sorry, but almost he's going to get over 700 receiving yards this season. And
wow! If you separated out his rushing stats and his receiving stats, he's probably a top 20 running back and a top 20 receiver.
Exactly, dude. It's crazy, man. The guy is. Oh, he has more touchdowns than your average wide receiver in the league this season, man.
Yep. And he was Melvin Gordon's backup, and we were all watching him like, hey, this kid's good. Or didn't he start out in Indianapolis? Or who started out in Indianapolis and went to? But yeah, some of these backups, you just look at them at like Pollard, and you see him, and you're like, wow, I think he should probably get more reps. And then Melvin Gordon held out. Big mistake when your backup is that good.
Talking about Pollard, I mean, he's going to get paid next season. And I think we might see the Zeke train moving on. Try to he has value, so maybe we'll trade him. You know what I mean? Because I think his guaranteed money runs out this year, right? For that that insane contract he got when he was.
You can't pay Zeke.
No,
a team can't pay Zeke right now. You'll end up in that Todd Gurley situation.
You gotta pay Pollard and Zeke. It was a good run.
Yep.
And Zeke's just gonna have to go get what he can get.
Yep, exactly. He has a ton of touchdowns this year because he's gotten all the goal line work.
I think that the Rams have put a lot of red flags up on how not to pay people, and because it's a complete train wreck at the end.
We could
They
learn
might
a
not
lot.
be good for a while.
No, they're not. They're not. That's why Sean McVay is gonna freaking bounce.
Yep. That's just a masterclass in what not to do. I mean, they got the Super
Packets
Bowl
available.
though. So, I mean, was it worth it? We'll find out.
Well, think about it. If he bounces, I think Stafford, who said, yes, I'm coming back next year, he's going to be like, yo, I'm retiring. I don't care if
You think the SoFi fans were cool with that one?
I don't know if how much they can. I think they'll just bail just like McVay. Like, how attached are they? How passionate are Rams fans? It's probably the best fan base to bail on.
That's the difference probably between like a Packer fan base where all we have here is really the Packers. And then LA, where you can win a Super Bowl and be the town sweetheart, but the Lakers, the Clippers, the Chargers, the Trojans, I mean, the Dodgers, the Angels, there's so much sports there.
Their NFL teams are probably bottom. The Lakers are probably king there.
And Dodgers. The Dodgers are a big deal.
Those are the top two. Those are the two dynasties right there. They're the ones who are fans are going to go. It's like when I say Florida, like Miami, Dolphins are king. Then you got the Heat and every other sport because nobody goes to the baseball game. You know,
Dodger Stadium's always full.
Yeah, it's always full. But even when they're bad, they're like the Mets and the
Yankees. Yep.
They could be bad, but people are going to sell. Like the Mets were bad for the longest, and dude, everybody was still going. You know, in regular season game, averaging 20,000 fans. You know, for playing, you know, Detroit or something, you know what I mean, on a freaking 90-degree weather day on Sunday. You know, it was pretty good. They sell, but in this case, like you said, you got so many options because teams keep moving in and out of LA.
And then it's just LA. Like there's other stuff to do in LA. You know how much there is to do in Green Bay? Drink spotty cow and watch football. That's that.
That's it.
Go to work.
That's what there is. Yeah, and go to work Monday through Friday, and then wait for the Packer game
during the season. I know it becomes crazy now after the offseason, huh?
I think the Rams could beat the Seahawks if they try. I mean, this rivalry, the Rams seem to beat the Seahawks more often than not. Although
Seahawks,
if Seattle
today, right, and Green Bay has to lose for them to get in, so Seattle is going to play for everything.
If they get in, Geno gets a $2 million bonus.
Dude,
they make the playoffs.
I guess does the LA have the Kings too? They have hockey too.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like the Packers and the Rams really quick. They're like the complete opposite of each other. The Packers are good to just be steadily decent and have like winning seasons. And then the Rams are like, now we're going to go all in and then we're going to suck for 20 years. The Packers just can't seem to find the fortitude to make one move, let alone 20.
The Rams are the 401k you get into when you're 25, and the Packers are the 401k you get into when you're 45.
Exactly, and you try to maximize your.
Just give me 10 and 7 every year, little 8% return. I'm good on that. Like the Broncos, I don't think have been back to the playoffs since they won the Super Bowl in 2015 either.
Absolutely.
Some of these teams, they just sell out for it.
Man, mentioning Geno Smith one more time. I'm looking at his damn stats, right?
What are they?
70% completion percentage. I think he's leading.
Is that good?
Oh, that's fucking good in the NFL, man. 4,000 yards, passing yards, 40-69, 29 touchdowns, 9 picks. And
wow.
Again, this is the dude's going to get signed because I think he's going to be back as the starting quarterback in Seattle.
I don't think he is that guy without Pete Carroll's gum.
Exactly,
I just don't.
And Pete likes him because we could win with him, right? We could stay relevant. We could make the playoffs with him. I just need to keep adding more pieces, right? And I think that he's gonna get a nice little contract. Not Patrick Mahomes money or
Russell Wilson money.
Wilson money, but
25 a year.
I think they might. The 30 now is considered the 20 million a year from a couple of years ago. So I'm looking in the 30 neighborhood. Even if it's only for 3 seasons, 2 seasons, we're gonna give you 60 mil. Let's guarantee you 45, some crap like that. You know what I mean? It's
him and Sam. Him and Sam Darnold are going to get contracts. What is going on?
And Baker Mayfield's got to get a contract as well, dude. All right, that's gonna, shoot, man.
Yep.
He's gonna get a freaking contract as well, man. Unreal. Baker freaking Mayfield, man. That guy. The one thing about Colin, he called it, man. That's one of the ones that he's been as bad as he was with Sam Darnold. He proved himself with Baker Mayfield. He's been like on his ass, proving the theory of like how bad he was. That he shouldn't have been a number one pick. I think we all agree with that matter before he took a snap in the NFL.
The Browns.
You can't. It's like Zach Wilson. You can't take a guy that short top 3. You just should not do it. Kyler Murray. The short guys.
But the difference between Baker, Zach, and Kyler, and like you said, they're short guys, but they have a way better arm, stronger arm, and they're more athletic in the pocket. Kyler is athleticism out of this world. But Zach can also move better. I mean, those two guys are better than Baker.
Kyler is an excellent quarterback. He went to a team and they went and got a coach that couldn't coach him. They got him a buddy.
No, this is the only guy who can coach him, Chris. Yeah. That's why we got him.
Yeah. They got him a buddy that they go to fucking White Castle together at 2:00 in the morning. He needed a Bill Belichick if he actually wanted to be good in the NFL.
He needs
or he should have just went and played baseball.
He had like a sign. I think he gave back like $10 million. The dude,
9.
Yeah, 9. It's insane. That's how good of an athlete this guy is.
I remember whenever they signed Kyler, or Oakland did. They drafted him 9th overall, and then 3 days later they gave Lincoln Riley a raise so his quarterback wasn't making as much or making less than his. Yeah, well, yeah, the coach was making less than the quarterback in college, and they couldn't do that.
Nope.
Dude, it's crazy.
The briefings that kid went through in that whole team, he couldn't buy his buddy, the running back, a Coke at McDonald's. It was illegal. He couldn't, nothing.
Because he goes against it goes against the whatever the
NCAA rules.
Yeah. But it's nuts that you're in college, right? Playing football with a $9 million contract in the bank, right? It's crazy, dude. But you can't touch anything related.
It's and he just stopped watching film.
Well, he doesn't have to. He just sees so much when he's out there. He's clairvoyant.
Dude,
I paying a guy to watch it right now.
Yeah. Don't worry. The hours are getting logged.
He doesn't need film, bro. He plays Call of Duty. That's his that's
his reaction time is way up. Ever since that new map came out. Cowboys at Commodores. Couple games left. CeeDee Lamb needs 10 catches to break the Cowboys team record. I would bet that's a big deal in Dallas. I bet Michael Irvin called him about that yesterday.
Absolutely. And then you know what? CeeDee Lamb deserves it too, man. He puts in the work. And let me tell you something. If Dak wants to attempt to give him that record, right, it's going to be a Cowboys loss. Because you cannot have – this is when they lose, when Dak wants to, sling it 40 times. You know what I mean?
Yep.
This is when they lose. And, again, guys, they're going to play the Bucs in the first round. Because I don't – whatever's going to happen, I think the Eagles are going to win today, so they're going to get the top seed. But they're going to play the Bucs in the first round. And if I'm the Cowboys, I'm like, it's not the same Tom Brady. It's not the same Bucs. I don't know, man. There's going to be a mental factor here that you got to play the best quarterback in the history of the NFL, who anything can happen, who still have a decent defense, because that's what the Dallas struggles with, and have another great season, top 3 record in the league, and be bumped in the first round. That has to be in the back of their freaking minds if they face the Bucs in the first round.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It has to.
Wow, would you look at that? CeeDee Lamb, 10 receptions, plus 1390. I'm going to go ahead.
Wow.
I'm going to take 9 at plus 615 too. That'll be fun. That'll be a fun little ride to go on with CeeDee Lamb. I think they put unless he's focused on statistics, I think they can put the Commodores down. Commodores are starting Sam Howell.
Wow.
Where did Sam Howell go to school? He sounds like a professor, Sam Howell.
Yeah, the guy from Gilligan's Island, bro.
That's why I'm picturing a guy with the
He's a
elbow
professor.
patches on the.
That's him. He's a professor. But wasn't the Hal from Gilligan's Island the professor, right?
Yeah.
Professor Hal, I think he was. But no, was he the
Makes
rich guy?
sense. Him or the rich guy? Yeah, it was one of those two. A suit. Where did Sam Howell go to college? How
I'll
many
check
years
it out.
did he play? Is he one of these guys who played
I think it
1
was
year?
Trey.
Is he one of these guys who played 4 years? I wonder if Zeke and Pollard will be probably putting on a show today too. The Cowboys are going to have to decide which one to pay.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that's
would.
going to be fun.
That,
I mean, you can't pay Ezekiel Elliott anything.
It's an easy choice. Just Jerry Jones makes it difficult.
Yeah,
Because he falls in love with the players. He loves Zeke, right? So
Sam Howell. He went to North Carolina.
oh,
Came out 2022 draft. He played his freshman, sophomore, junior, and then came out.
So more than Mitch Trubisky played there.
Yeah. I almost played more than Mitch Trubisky played.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, seriously. Powell was the rich guy and his wife. Ah, thank you, Angela. Angela's good at that stuff.
Doggy, man. We have editors everywhere, man. That's a good thing.
We do.
Yeah.
Angela's got us in the chat.
Oh, we have big news. Ainsley, our one of our 2 Corn Pop mascots, the authors of our Corn Pop theme, is competing in gymnastics in Indianapolis today. We are wishing her the best of luck. Not that she needs it.
Good luck.
Right? Total domination by Ainsley. No doubt.
Absolutely.
I mean, the kid practices, what, 5 times a week, seems like. She's always driving back and forth to gymnastics.
Yeah, like 797, I think we said, a week is
Wow.
what she does.
Yeah. I mean,
Putting in a lot of work.
perfect tens. Nothing but perfect tens today. I'm gonna have to get these coaches
It's over. Hey,
yeah.
Hey, for the rest of the girls, just keep practicing.
I mean, yeah,
Get them
best of
next
luck.
year.
And it just, use this as a learning experience.
Eventually, Ainsley's going to grow out of that age division, and hopefully you'll have a shot at it.
Or you can transfer. You could always transfer.
It's like the girls that swam behind Becky Ledecky.
Katie Ledecky.
Katie Ledecky. Why do I always say Becky? Why does that sound bad? Katie Ledecky.
It does.
I mean, there's no harm in second, but Ainsley,
No, you got to feel good about
be
that.
humble when you're standing up.
Yes.
There. Pat them on the heads. Tell them, get better. Come on back.
Yep.
We'll
Keep
try
working.
it again next year.
Yep. Offer them some tips. But
Yep.
Yeah. What else we got? Just the Packer game. That's all that's left.
Oh,
Angela says, "Good luck, Ainsley." I feel good about this. Is there a way we can?
it's time.
Is there a way we can wager on Ainsley? Feel like
Yeah, do
that's
they
a sure
have?
thing.
Do they have lines on the Indianapolis competition? Probably like to get on that.
The Indianapolis. I mean, I've bet
We
on
got some inside information.
I've bet on 2 guys playing NBA 2K before, but that would maybe be the most degenerate thing I've ever done.
Most degenerate thing, Korean football at 3:30 in the morning.
Korean baseball is hopping at 5 a.m.
Yeah, remember when the pandemic, that's the only freaking sport going around, man. Remember that?
Korean baseball and horse racing. That's all we had. We survived it. Lions at Packers. Preston Smith needs 1.5 sacks for $1 million bonus. I think he's going to be after that. I'm not sure if he can do it. Khalif Raymond needs 7 catches for $125,000. Jamal Williams, of course, is chasing Barry Sanders. He needs 1 more touchdown to tie him and 2 to pass him. I bet he wants 2.
You could say we could take the over on this game, right?
I think so. It's the favorite to be the highest scoring game of the week.
I believe so too. What do you guys, honestly, being Packers fan, what are your legitimate shot about today? Your professional shot. I feel good about this team too today.
I feel good because it's here. If it was in that dome, I would be a little worried that Goff was going to throw for 400 yards.
Yeah. No, that's great that it's home. Because again, I think they're going to stick to the same game plan, right? You got to run the football.
Yeah, we got to ugly this thing up. 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
You have to.
Because that's where our talent is. The talent sits behind Aaron Rodgers.
Exactly.
It's just the facts. You have Jones and Dillon.
And
then, yes, and we can throw a few passes, but that's not what the game plan should be going in. The game plan should be draw all your DBs up because the fighting Dan Campbells want to win this game.
Yep.
They're not coming in here playing around. They're ready to get after it, and they're going to play defense.
They've been playing for Dan Campbell's job, all right, because they want this guy to be head coach next year for this team. So this team has been playing inspired for Dan Campbell, especially that defense. You know what I mean? Check if there's a prop for Hutchinson, another pick or something, because I think he have like 3 picks this year, which is some crazy.
He's got 3, yeah.
Yeah, so there's something that I think it's for, that's like a thing, right? He has 3 picks. He's up there all time for a rookie or something like that in that position. But I was wondering, I read that the other day.
They have sacks up. I don't see any interception props. They have
half sacks, I think he has, and 3 picks. I mean, I was wondering there's like a pick prop there somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, he drops back and gets him. Hutchinson's making a late push for
he is
defensive player of the year. I think Sauce is probably the leader. If I had to guess, he's probably your overwhelming favorite. Guy's leading the league, I think, in pass breakups as a rookie. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Sauce Gardner and Tariq Woolen. Yeah, Tariq Woolen, I think, probably playing in Seattle fucks him. Yep. Sauce being in New York, that's an advantage. Well, yeah, I think Packers 34, Lions 21. Okay. That's my guess.
Looking at Aaron Jones and Dillon, man. I mean, you look at these 2 guys. I mean, 1,000 yards for Aaron Jones on the ground. Dillon has 737, 7 touchdowns for Dillon, 2 for Jones, and even receiving here. I thought Aaron Jones was going to he has 5 receiving touchdowns. I thought he was going to be kind of like the Pollard.
Yeah.
Not Pollard, what's his name? Eckler more like this year because of the lack of wide receivers, but he still had himself 5 receiving touchdowns with 56 receptions, man. And, 378 yards, 375 yards. That's pretty decent, man. He's had another great all-purpose yard season here, man. Dude is a stud, man.
Absolutely. Angela says she thinks Hutchinson's is going to get to Rodgers and sack his ass. That sounds gross. But that will be their only victory. The Packers win. She's trying to jinx us. You're trying to jinx us. I know what you're doing, and it's not going to work.
Hey, man, next week we'll talk some Giants and Vikings because I feel good about playing the Vikings in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
About playing the Vikings in the playoffs. We lost by a 61-yard field goal the last time, and it's going to get ugly.
We might not be able to beat the Lions today, but the Lions are playing us and the refs, so it's over.
Yeah.
You can't beat us both.
You're also playing the refs tonight,
yeah. And if there's a scenario that you guys can pull a win, it's definitely today.
Hold up.
Hang on. Terrorist, your game is through. And he's back. Hey, Coach, what are you in a vehicle? What do you got going there?
No, you guys know Sunday morning, man. I am on my way, try to get to church today and set some things up, and about to go to service here in a little bit.
Nice.
What do you got on the Packers? Give it to us. Your quick analysis.
Man, I really don't know what to expect today. I'd like to think they're the Packers of old, but I don't know. It's gonna be a tough game. The good news is I don't think that Detroit is a world beater. So they have some holes too. But what's the line on it?
Packers -5.
Gosh, I don't know. I would look at the side. I would go, what's the over and under?
49. 49.
49, right?
Ooh.
I think it goes over that.
I think I'd go over. I think I'd go over. I don't know. I mean, the game's going to be, they're going to be fired up. Both teams are really, really got a lot on the line here. So, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I've got the Packers.
I got the Packers too.
Hey, well, what's your favorite game you're looking forward to today, Coach?
Gosh, I watched a little bit last night, and I was pretty it's pretty hard to watch Tennessee and how far they've fallen. They were really, really, really solid last year, and And the year before, actually, they've been pretty decent. But gosh, man, they just look terrible. And they kind of had that game in hand and then just kind of let it get away. You know, I texted you guys last night. You know, Vrabel's got to retool. He's got a problem. You know, obviously, you know, Tannehill isn't the answer there. I don't think. I mean, he had that 1 year and that was great. But number one, he can't stay healthy, and number two, you know, I don't know that he's ever been able to be healthy. Even in Miami, he was a problem. That's why they kind of shipped him. But they've got a problem at quarterback. Their passing game is terrible. Burks is a star. They've got to find a way to get that dude the ball. And defensively too, I've never seen a Vrabel team this poorly. You know, they just don't play. They just don't play good defense. They don't play sound defense.
No, especially not versus the passing game. Heavy Step says, by church service, you really mean Chili's, don't you?
No, not Chili's. Chili's after, you know. I mean, I'm back on the straight and narrow, trying to lose a little weight. So I'm trying to avoid the Chili's. I'm back to the salad train. So
they got some salad. You could probably get something good at Chili's.
Yeah.
They got a nice menu. You know, some keto.
The problem is, and that's a danger zone for me. I get in there and things start running together. Next thing you know, I've got the triple dipper thrown down, and I'm halfway into some beverages, and it just I'm like, forget it. Bring me the chips and salsa, and let's eat some pie.
That's the problem, man. The 2-for-1s, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what gets you in trouble.
Yeah, man. I get off into that minefield, and it's disaster.
Yeah, when Coach orders the 2 dinners at Chili's for the one price, and he's like, okay, and what do you want, honey? No, that's me.
Yeah,
she's gonna get what she gets.
Yeah.
This is keep talking to me. I got another dinner coming.
Yeah, you split something with the kids. I'm eating over here.
Yep, we're punching in, doing work.
I don't know. You know, the Philly game's interesting today.
Yeah,
you know,
16. It's up to Philly minus 16.
Tell you
the first half up here.
Everybody.
That's a lot. That's a lot of points.
Yeah, that is quite a few points.
Is Hurts going to play today? That's the $1 million question.
Allegedly.
Yep.
They're
saying that he game time decision still, but they're saying that he was optimistic, that he looked like he's trending that way, but they're still making it a game time decision. They're just doing that shit to mess with Vegas, I think.
Well, and that's I agree with you. I have thought all week. I had thought that he's not going to play, and I thought that he would. That they have just said that because they're. I mean, honestly, how far do they fall if they actually lose the game?
They would. I think they would switch places with Dallas, right? If Dallas wins.
If Dallas wins, Dallas would be the 1 seed.
Well, they sure don't
the Bucks. If Dallas takes the division, and Dallas will be getting the bye.
Philly minus 10 first half.
Oh man!
Oh,
I don't. Hey, if Hurts doesn't play, they've got an issue.
Yeah.
Can we bet that, Eric?
If Hurts doesn't play, the Giants might win this game.
I mean, it's got to be tough, man. They're just sitting not playing. Everybody is all back.
Coach is like, let's not go that far.
Yeah.
They have a lot of stock in the Giants.
I don't think
starting Davis Webb.
I mean, I think with Minshew they beat them anyway. But you know, if I'm coaching that team, I'm not too awful excited about trotting Hurts out there today.
You know, I mean, you're right.
Maybe a first quarter or something just to knock the
drive
rust off. But that's it. I mean, I'm saving him because, man, Philly has been a dominant team. They really, but they need him to make it go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like anybody else, I just don't know in a throwaway game for, and it's really not a throwaway game, I guess, for them. But the Giants got nothing to lose. Nope. I mean, you know what would make them feel better than to knock Hurts out of the game and eliminate Philly from the whole deal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
helps everybody. He's pretty much. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and Dallas has got to be the biggest Giants fan in the world today.
They are. They love us today, man. You know what I mean? This is the only time they're probably ever like rooting for the Giants.
Well, and let's be honest, Dallas is a paper tiger anyway. people love to get on board that train. I can't wait till next week when that deal ends.
Hey, Coach, I was telling the guys here that has to be in the back of their mind. If we don't win the division, crap, we got to play the Bucks in the first round. You know, we got to play Brady in the first round. I mean,
they don't want that.
No,
they don't. Nobody wants to see Tommy Terrific. But I'll tell you what's even more, and you guys know this. Even more than that, nobody wants to see San Francisco right now. No,
hell no.
At the back,
not with Bosa and CMC. No way.
Yeah.
No way.
There's nobody that wants to see them come to town for any reason because, man, they may be the best gig going right now. They've really got it going.
Yep.
Man, and the funny thing is last night, gosh, another team that really surprised me is how bad have the Raiders laid down. Gosh, they're a shell of their former selves.
Terrible.
The dadgum Chiefs, man, they literally took them to the woodshed last night.
It's crazy.
Ainsley is so grateful, says Heather. She says we're the best. We say Ainsley's the best. I guess that's left for the scholars to debate. Well, I got to get out of here, guys. I have an awake child who needs waffles.
All right.
Waffles are key.
Hey, you guys, let's get out of here. You guys have an excellent day.
All right. I'll see you guys later today.
Hey, get right with the Lord, Coach. We'll see you on Tuesday.
I need all the help.
We said hello.
I need all the help I can get.
I'm doing 5 o'clock mass today because I kind of blew that 9:31 already. So
we'll see you guys.
Elio, your Giants going to get it done today. I feel it. I feel it. Shout your stuff out, brother.
Yep.
You got it, man. Joe Sports Talk. Find me on Twitter. That's the quickest way at Joe's_talk. And hit the link tree in the bio, and you'll be able to find everywhere where my platform, all the platforms where my podcast can you listen or even watch, YouTube channel, TikTok, everything, man. Just hit me up.
Yeah. Why would you not want to watch? And you can find our stuff, PatriotSportsNow.com, at PatriotsPod on the Twitter. Ainsley said she's going to crush them. Absolutely. Sweep the leg. No mercy.
No mercy.
Till next time, be good to each other. Chris, kick the outro music.
Peace.
You've been listening to Patriot Sports Radio. If you're sick of all the national talking heads and biases of mainstream sports media, like we are, this show is for you. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. For more content and merch, hit up www.patriotsportsnow.com. Find us on Twitter at PatriotsPod, on Instagram and Facebook at Patriot Sports Now, and on Getter, Rumble, and YouTube at Patriot Sports. Take care, and we'll see you next time.